Sometimes, when we're trekking through the desert and we're so thirsty, we see an oasis. But when we get closer, we realize it was just a mirage. Sometimes, when we get a really good idea, and when we're right about to say it, we forget it. And sometimes we experience the Mandela effect. Some say that these are just results of human error, our mind playing tricks on us. But what if they aren't? What if instead of being results of human error, they're rather glitches in the simulation? This is an original story and is suited for preteens and up. It's late March. Birds are singing. Tulips are budding from the moist Toronto dirt. Children all around the street corner are dancing and prancing and sliding through the mud, and Dani sits in her bedroom, scrolling through her phone on Reddit, reading her conspiracy theories. "Mom, are you ready yet?" she shouted out for her mother. "Just a moment, sweetie. With any luck, there'll be hot guys there." Her mother was powdering her face with white makeup. Both her and her mother had made plans to meet her cousin John at IHOP for breakfast. Dani hasn't seen John in a while, not ever since he went off to clown college to learn the art of comedy and siege warfare. So Dani went back to her conspiracy theories, and when her mother was done, she waltzed into her room, waving her hips around. "Do I look good, sweetie?" Dani looked up from her phone. If she hadn't known any better, she probably assumed that they had made plans to meet her cousin John at his clown college instead of at IHOP. "Sure, Mom." Dani and her mother walked to the car and began their long trek to IHOP. On the way, Dani's mother drove and scoped out middle-aged men walking their dogs, while Dani read her conspiracy theories, her favorite of which were Disney conspiracy theories. "Hey, Mom, okay, so you need to hear this one. Okay, so you know the island of Ireland, like the island and the country? Okay, so it's not real. It was created by Disney in the 1800s as a conspiracy theory for the US government. Like, I'm not even sure that Disney existed as a company during that time, but it says right here on Reddit, okay? And you can trust everything that's on the internet." "Oh, honey, you've got to stop reading that rubbish." "Oh, look at that hunk." Dani's mother's attention turned to an elderly man speed walking on the sidewalk. "Ew, Mom, that's gross." Dani grew repulsed by her mother and the old man, so she continued reading her conspiracy theories. "Oh, and Mom, speaking of Disney, wait till you hear this one about where they're keeping Walt's frozen body." After a while, Dani's conspiracy theory page wouldn't load. She'd read all of them, so she put her phone down and decided to look out the window. But as she did, she saw something strange. 7 cherry red BMW X5s all parked single file along the street curb. Dani blinked and rubbed her eyes ferociously. And as she did, the cars just disappeared. "Hey, Mom, I just saw the weirdest thing." But when she turned to her mother, instead of seeing her mom's Hannah Montana wig and pale white skin, she saw dark curly hair and tawny brown skin. "Who are you?" Dani freaked out. "I'm your mother." "No, you're not. My mom does not look like you." "Just because you're adopted does not mean I didn't raise you. I tried so hard to instill this love of everybody in you, and you just go and throw it away." "What? I'm adopted?" Dani looked back to her mom, and she was back to a middle-aged white woman's self. A weirded out Dani and her mother approached the IHOP. Dani jumped out the door and ran to the front. "I'm so hungry, I could eat 1,000,000 pancakes," she exclaimed. "Pancakes, honey, this is an IHOP. They only serve basketball-sized meatballs, not pancakes." "Pancakes." "Okay," Dani said as she opened the door and walked inside. As she looked around, floors were polished wood, and along the walls were mounted basketball hoops. From them hang chandeliers. "Oh, look, there's your cousin Jana." Her mother pointed at a saucy blonde Latina sitting in the corner. "Is that Shakira?" "Oh, don't be silly, honey. That's your cousin Jana. Oh, you haven't seen her ever since she went off to clown college to learn the art of comedy and siege warfare." Dani and her mother approached Jana, and sat down next to her. A while later, a waitress came walking up, scrolling through her phone on Tinder. "Hello, my name is Whitney. What do you want?" "Oh, we're not ready to order yet, Shakira," Jana said, and Whitney walked off. But then a few seconds later, Whitney came back again. "Hello, my name is Whitney. What do you want?" "Like we just said, we're not ready to order yet, so you can go back to your work." Shakira, Whitney said, and Whitney walked off. But Dani thought that was strange how Whitney just came back within just a matter of seconds. And then Whitney came coming back more and more and more. Danny thought it was some kind of weird joke, until 2 Whitneys appeared. Then 3, then 4, then 5, until the whole table was just swarmed with Whitneys. "What's going on?" Danny said as she jumped from her chair, pushed away the Whitneys, and ran out of the IHOP and into the middle of the street. As she looked around, the buildings all turned to IHOOPs. Cherry red BMW X5s filled the streets, and Whitney's clones stormed them. "What is going on?" Danny crawled herself into a ball. "What is happening?" But then, a voice from the great beyond spoke. "Oh, looks like we got in the simulation again. Oh," he groaned. "What? Simulation? What's going on? Are you God?" "Oh, kind of. Oh, I hate humans. Why did I ever get rid of dinosaurs just so I could make these miserable apes? Oh!" What is happening? What's happening? "Oh, Jesus, just bring me the lever. I'm ending the simulation now. No! Oh!" "Simulation? What's happening?" God groped the handle to the lever, and he shut it down. With that single stroke of the lever, the world went dark, and the simulation ended.